Monday night, start of a new week. Is this going to be Liberation Week? Our president says it's going to be Liberation Week. So, what does that mean? Let's talk to the kids and see what they think. Jimmy, hi, Bill. Good to see you. Jimmy, what do you think Liberation Week means? What do you think for our country to be liberated? Tell me what you think about it. I know you make a lot of comments, so I'm sure you got an opinion on it. Patriot 11, Patriot Karate Kid, and Patriot Wyatt Earp. Do you talk to your mom and dad about what might happen this week? Patriot Princess, our queen, little Haley, and her brother Hunter. What do you think? I know Boogs, Boogaloo, Boogaroo, and Boogie. I know Grandpa John talks to them all about it. I'm sure they know everything about it, right? Right, Grandpa John? And then we have little Leona and Leilana. Well, they're a little bit young. They probably don't even understand anything. We throw in super gymnasts and Patriot 7, and they talked to me the last time I seen them. They looked at me and they said, Papa, when is all this good stuff going to happen? When are they going to change the way all the things are happening? Because right now it's not fun to be a kid that much anymore. Want to keep my throat good and moist tonight. Hopefully I can get through this without hawking up and that. But Patriot Small Hank, he's wondering what's going on. And poor little Patriot, little monkey, she said that, no, Grandpa, spring break wasn't long enough, so she took another day off. She got sick last night, but by the time I seen her today, she was her old self, just smiling. And Patriot Kara, I haven't really seen her much recently. They've been on the go a lot. But just what does it mean to the kids? Because, see, guys, the kids are the foundation, what we're doing this for. They're the ones that we want to teach them and teach them right. Teach them how to play the games that we used to play. I've been noticing a lot on Facebook here lately. I joined this club that, it's the 60s and 70s club. And, when you see the pictures of the girls and the guys, the way we dressed, the long hair. And yeah, I had long hair back then. And in essence, I had hair. But, it was, a lot of people say it was the hippie movement. And there was part of it that was. What did anybody go to Woodstock? I never did. But, I remember working in the factory, working hard, 8 hours a day, sometimes 12, an occasional 16, and then when a weekend we get there, we always wanted to just get away and just party, There was drugs back there the same as is now, but now, and the drugs they take now, all they want to do is, end their lives. They don't want to just have a little fun. I'm not saying if I did or I did not do any. I never took any drugs. I can promise you that. I think the strongest thing I've ever taken is an aspirin or a prescribed pill for pain from the doctor. But then were the glory days, and I can remember, even though I was actually by the time they announced Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Boppers plane crash, by the time they finally announced it, it happened on the 3rd of February, but they didn't announce it until after midnight, so it was the 4th of February, which I would have been a 5-year-old young boy. To be honest with you, I was just happy at that part of my life that I could walk. And yeah, having teenage brothers in Patriot 6 and my brother Russ, Patriot 4, having brothers 7, 8 years older than me, we had our transistor radios and we listened to AM 890, WLS, and boy, do you realize that in 1964, at one time, the Beatles had the top 5 songs out there. And I say that because kids nowadays I like her and I like him and I like this one. But you can't go see them in a concert because, my goodness gracious, they're $1,000 a ticket. You know, I just YouTube or I Google. I like to listen to Carrie Underwood sing. She's on a major tour right now in Vegas. I just go in and Google. The other night, I Googled after her first show. It was the next day I Googled it, and someone had posted, and I don't know if they bootlegged it or what, but I mean, I watched almost the whole concert. But the outfits these women wear, oh my goodness, the rings. I don't know how they can hold the mic in their hand that the ring ain't weighing their fingers down there. The rings are this big. Just go out and perform. Have fun. But all these women today, that they want to do, they just want to shake it and hardly put anything on it. My daughter, no, they wouldn't be going out there. I don't care how much money they make it. She would not be going out there performing like that. But it's all about money. Who can make the most? Carrie Underwood did you guys, if you didn't see the inauguration, when they tried to mess with her and screw her up, and she handled it so professional, and she nailed it. You know, this one girl, she used to be with this one group of girls, Blackpink, I think she is, and she's got this song, and man, you go on these social sites, and I think it's the only song she knows anymore. It's everywhere. I don't need to hear it everywhere. I like music that you can understand. And I come to understand why that one girl that, we think a little bit about, she's supposed to be the most popular woman in the world. I kind of like her music because, see, if you think about back, guys, who's on it might know. Golden Arrow, I don't know exactly how old you are, but, David, you might remember. Mike Davis, you might remember. Remember back when we were kids and they had the bubblegum music? 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. 1, 2, 3, red light. Does music like that. And I really like that, man. I used to go roller skating. Oh, and man, they put them songs on. Indian Lake by the Cowsills. When they would do stuff like that, it's like, man, you get on them skates and it was like you was just flying on that floor. And then they go back to their Dean Martin or their others on, please release me, let me go. Who? We didn't want you in the first place. Go. On TikTok, I have become friends with a girl on there that she does roller skating videos, and me and her have talked. And I miss them days. I miss them days when I used to go roller skating. And then we'd either go to McDonald's or Henry's afterwards, and we get a 15-cent or 10-cent or 12-cent hamburger and a pop, and then we go home. And it cost us $1 to go skating. Now, hey, Dad, I'm going to take my girlfriend out. Okay, have fun. Where are you going? Well, I got to go here. We got to go here. We got to go here. It's a $200 night. Just take your girlfriend out. No, now back then we go roller skating and we go to a free show. That's what I want for the kids. I want them to experience fun, be happy, not be the pressure on each. Oh my God, there's kids starting school now, guys. There's kids starting school at 2.5 and 3 years old because mom wants to work and dad wants to work so they can keep up with the Joneses across the street, The hell with the Joneses across the street. And I'm sorry I said that word, but, sometimes I mess up. So I'm going to say the pledge, and then I'm going to play the music, and then we're going to get into the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone 21, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA.
It's really nice.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave their rights to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand
No, I got one down there in Dead
next to you
I
and
think I'm down
defend
like that,
her
bro.
still
I just stayed
today.
on some down the street.
'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this
God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, and I can honestly say I am. And you know, I talked to you guys about Julia, the girl that I write in the Ukraine, and uh, in writing her, I talk a lot about the United States. I talk a lot about what's supposed to be happening with our president and him in negotiations with other the two countries to end it. You know, and that's the one thing that I'm a little aggravated at what he's done, that he promised within 2 weeks if he was elected he'd put an end to it, and it hasn't. And you know, I know there's people, not so much on the show here because I've kept you abreast of things going on over there and that because I get it firsthand. But I get upset when I hear people saying, oh, nothing really going on over there. Well, this girl that I write, she has actually seen. One day people's there in a house. The next day their house isn't there and they're not there either. So it is real. But I wanted to show you something. Mike Davis contacted me and he asked me about the Chinese, with the golden what, Ronnie?
Dragon bonds.
The Chinese dragon bonds. And I had bought some, and I've told you the story about them, how I ended up with 30 of them. Well, Mike decided to buy some. And he did, and he showed me and Ron what he did. So I thought, you know what? Anything Mike can do, I can do better. So I bought another bunch of them. This is what they look like. That's 100 quintillion. Now, I heard something a little bit disturbing, but really it's not, because in my situation here, I figure it is what it is. But I heard yesterday that these golden dragon bonds, that about 1 in every 4 was good. Okay, if that's the case, I got 25 there. You know, Mike's got 25, and when they're 100 quintillion, 1 in 25 zeros after that, I think we're still in pretty good shape. I don't know what to expect, but no more than I spent for all of this stuff. If it doesn't come true, it's no different than all the money I spent over the years. I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win the lottery. I feel a lot better, because I never say that anymore. I never say I'm going to win the lottery, because there's a saying, you can't win if you don't play. And I don't play it. When I got some extra money from not playing the lottery or the pick 3 or the pick 4s, I buy currency. And I really hope this is our Liberation Week. And we're going to talk about that here. But I really hope this is our liberation. If you ever just get the itch, sunny side up, one voice for you, Joseph. Do you ever just get the itch that, man, I need to do something? Maybe there's a reason we didn't get the 800 numbers this week, because God wants me to go out and buy some more currency. Man, I tell you, I started off slow buying currency because I didn't have hardly a pot to pee in. Ron was buying it. My brother Russ, he got in with us. Bought one time. Ron bought some more, and I'm the one always buying it, and keeping it for us. It's in my name, but they was one giving me the money, and I just didn't feel like I was part of it. Hi, Janet. Hi, Eileen. I have one voice for you. Multi-Troy 63. But I didn't feel like I was part of it. So one night I'm sitting here in Ron's living room, and I was on Facebook. And I seen an ad, and it says, become a trillionaire. I'm pretty good with numbers, and I go, let's go. Million, billion. Wow, that's a lot of money. Trillionaire. Not just a trillionaire, become $100 trillion heir. And I could get these things, 100 trillion Zimbabwe Zim. I can get them for $29.95. You remember that commercial, guys? I can paint any car for $29.95. And it just hit me. I had about $100 I could afford. And I says to Ron, I got to go home for a little bit. Why? I just made up some excuse. I didn't want to let him know I was going to buy currency, because I wanted to make sure I was going to buy it first. Hi, Maria in Labrador. Jason. So I go out to my car, and I call that number, and I ask him about it. He said, well, this is just for entertainment purposes only. I said, I know. I bought enough. I know it's just for entertainment purposes only. We ain't never going to get a penny for any of this stuff. But you know what? We can dream, right? And when you can dream the impossible dream, it makes life a lot funner. And he goes, I like your attitude. He said, how many you want? And I said, well, they're $29.95. I can't afford a lot. He said, well, how much money you got? I said, $75. He goes, I can give you 3 of them for that. I said, what? 3 of them for $75? He goes, yeah, you said you had 2 brothers. Each one of you gives 100 trillion. I said, let's do it. He didn't even charge me shipping and handling. Didn't charge me no taxes. Straight $75. And I said, it's probably not going to be nothing, but hey. I come in the house, and Ron says, well, that wasn't very long. That's why I really didn't leave. I just went out and ordered some foreign currency. Now, as God is my witness, I had never heard of Zimbabwe Zim until I seen it in Facebook that night. I got up and I walked out the door, and I walked back in, and Ron says, well, that wasn't very long. I said, well, I went out and bought some currency. I wanted to be part of the team instead of just the one holding the currency and buying the currency for you guys. I wanted to be part of the team. And he says, I really hope you bought Zimbabwe Zim. I go, huh? Are you kidding me? Can you tell me about it? And he told me about it. And I said, yeah, I just bought 3 $100 trillion notes. Well, actually, our first order came 6 $50 trillion notes. So, wow, that's pretty good. Since then, we've added a lot more. Well, let's put it this way. We don't have in the trillions anymore. Now, I've heard one guy very specifically who supposedly talks to God say that we're going to get between $1 and $5 billion for every 100 trillion. I don't believe that. Mark Z has been adamant about 33 to 75 million we're going to get for each one.
No, that's for the Zim ones.
That's what I'm talking about, the Zim ones. If you stay awake, you would know what I'm talking about.
Wait, I never closed my eyes.
And anyway, I heard Mark just say 2 days ago that someone said that Mark had said 33, but they're hearing we're only going to get 11. I know that really aggravates me. We're giving them 100 trillion and we're only getting 11 million. Sorry about that. Don't have the most professional setup here. 100 trillion and we're getting 11 million. And I thought, what kind of an idiot am I? 11 million? So I've had a lot of people in the last, I'd say 72 to 96 hours asking me, what do you think the Zim are going to be worth? I'm just telling you right now what I'm hearing. I don't have a clue. I report what I'm saying, and since I'm saying I report what I'm saying, the stuff I talk about tonight is stuff that we get over the internet. My people here get for me. I go and get it. Ron, whatever. The music we played, we have no legal rights to. We use it for entertainment purposes only. And this video is not meant for children. They can watch it under the discretion of their parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. But I'm just in the dark, just like everybody else. I don't know what Iraq dinar is going to go for. I don't know what Vietnamese dong is going to go for. All I know is everyone I hear talking, when we first bought, the very first currency Ron, myself, Ron bought it, was dinar. At the same time, we could have bought Bitcoin for a half a penny a piece. We chose to take Ron's $200 and get dinar. Then we talked to our brother Russ about it because we're figuring they're saying we're going to get about $4 to $5. And I said, Ron, if we can get 4.5, that's 900,000. That's 300 a piece after taxes, and we're going to be okay. Because we had just lost a big inheritance to a family member that stole from us. So that being said, we got that with my brother Russ, who served in Vietnam. He wanted to get Vietnamese dong. So they put their money together and I ordered it. I ordered 2 million. We ordered it straight from Vietnam. Took a while to get it. But they was disappointed at their time at getting it to us. So knowing it was going to be late, they give us an extra $500,000. Since then, we have grown it. What is that word that they like to use? Exponentially. So that being said, we thought, well, we're really set now. But then all of a sudden, Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 appeared on the scene, and we started digging in more, learning more, learning more, learning more. And I purchased the Zim. Then all of a sudden, we found out about the Venezuela Bolivar. We bought other types of Zim. And right now, with these dragon bonds, I think we have 14 different kind of either bonds or currencies. If we was to just get 1 penny on everything we had, probably everybody on the show tonight, we could give $1 billion to and still not put a dent into what we could get. Now, we all know we're not going to get that rich. So I don't even care about that. I just want things to happen because, see, we're in a situation where I've had so many people say, Ralph, it's not about the money. And you know what? They're 100% right. It's not about the money. But when they tell me that, I look at them and I say, can you tell the people that are getting evicted from their homes? Can you tell the people that can't have food on the table, but maybe once or twice a week, if they've even got a table, that it's not about the money? Because let's face it, guys, as much as we want to say this whole world is about the money, now, what I say is about what you do with the money. I went through a situation today. It actually started Saturday. I was going to do my regular Saturday shopping for me and Ron. And I'm going to this one store, and as I do, it says low oil pressure. I don't know a whole lot about cars, but I know one thing, that when your light says low oil pressure, you don't want to mess around with your engine in your car. So I decided, when I left that first store, to get back home. My son took me in. We did a bunch of research, and we kind of figured out what the problem was. We bought the part, but then we realized we can't do it because we need a lift to fix it to get under it. So I got up this morning, and for some reason, the oil pressure was fine. And it got me all the way into Kankakee. Within about a block before, it said low oil pressure. And I wasn't worried by then. I could have coasted to where I was going. I get there, and I had bought the part. I'm explaining to the mechanic. I got there real early. And he says, well, let's take a look at it. He took a look at it, changed the oil, put the part on, and boom, we was on and gone. Wow. But you run into little things. But see, you just got to be cautious. But what would have happened if I wouldn't have seen the light? And I would have kept driving, and all of a sudden, boom, I blow my engine. Now, what am I going to do? Because I don't have the money to go buy another car. How am I going to get to the stores to get mine and Ron's medicines, to get our food, to get stuff like that? Because, I talk to so many people that they say, oh, my sister don't talk to me, that she thinks I'm nuts. My mom and dad don't talk to me. That's all of our families, guys. Sometimes people in my family, if it's just me and a certain person, we get along great, and they ask me question after question. Boy, you put them in a family get-together, like Easter coming up. We get together Easter, if I start to talk. It's not like it used to be. When Ralph Anderson talks, everyone listens. When Ralph Anderson talks, everyone goes and gets drunk. It is what it is. Really, Candy Apple Cookies is on tonight. Candy Apple Cookies is on tonight. That's the name of the person, Ron. Ron, when I read Candy Apple Cookies, Ron goes, wow, that really sounds good. I'm really liking some of these names. Hi, Mike Davis. Liberty Bible Institute. Got some new people on here. Hi, Valerie. I think I said hi to you. I've talked about you, Mike, so I'm not saying hi to you. Did you get my message? So anyway, guys, where are we at? Good question. White Sox are 2-2. Last year this time I think it was 0-4. Cub fans are starting to get nervous because the White Sox got a better team on the field this year so far. You got to celebrate the wins because we don't know how many we're going to get. But anybody watch the NCAA tournament this year? I thought it was the worst one I've ever had. I really did. I really never got into it at all. And I'm not saying because Illinois didn't go far. They won a game. Then the next game, Mr. Moon. Bread and circus and sports. Oh, RP. Okay. So, let's see what we got. Now I got a runny nose. Maybe this will open, maybe it won't. TikTok, time is up. Q clock ends Thursday, 3 April 2025. Deep State Rothschild banking empire going down. Banks closing. Blackout confirmed. That's from Mr. Poole. Come on. The day of liberation, the hat is referring to for April 2, 2025, is that the secret documents about the corrupt file people put down at GITMO will be released. It will come to light that Sleepy, POPE, Frankie, Francis, whatever, Hillary Clinton, and many more were put down for their crimes against humanity. That's going to open people's eyes if they do that. Okay. I want to get bigger. Okay. TNT Tony, Monday, 3:31. Was a long weekend for me. Thought Friday night, then Saturday and Sunday, but it was live yesterday. The time was set, and the time is still set today. And literally just got a confirmation update just now. Hope you guys are ready. It could occur while on this call or just after. Some have heard from their bankers and scheduled appointments for tomorrow as early as 9 and 10 a.m. Some may go tonight, sometime in the next 2 to 3 hours or after 5 p.m. All countries have signed off. We have 4 to 5 hours or so, according to the info he got yesterday, this morning, and just got bonds, and just now bonds are not getting paid until we do. Patriots, an important statement by President the Hat, and its size and weight. I have 200 generals supporting me, and more will follow. Now you have to understand the following. In WW2, there were 15 generals. in command of U.S. troops. 15. Remember, he said 200. In 2016, there were already 200 generals behind him. And then think of his world tour where all those nations capitulated. Put this oblivious alliance with Russia, China, India, etc. Do you now understand the scale of this global military operation and why nothing can stop what is coming? Special operation, unconventional warfare. Nothing is nothing is as it seems. Always remember that with things that are about to unfold. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who is not taking any prisoners, announces she has stripped the security clearances of Anthony Blinken, Jake Sullivan, Lisa Monaco, Mark Zaid, Norman Eisen, Latita James, Alvin Bragg, Andrew Weissman, 51 signers, signers of the Hunter Biden disinformation letter. So they don't have protection no more. This is something that I really was interested when I read. Has anyone noticed that Congress has basically done nothing this session? While the hat has taken hundreds of executive actions, Congress has passed 8 total bills as listed below. While we watch the clown show narratives build and focus, Elon and Doge, no one seems to be noticing that we have a Congress that has done nothing. Why is that? Could it be because we aren't looking at a normal Congress? Could it be because the devolution, continuity of the government? Who knows? This isn't that far outlier from the sessions. However, with the hat and the R's controlling both houses, one would think there would be more done. One would think there would be more discussions and public questions on why there's nothing being done in Congress. Why the bottleneck? Okay, then I got Judy here, and then we'll call it a night. Oh. Restored Republic via the GCRs of March 31st, 2025. I want to take a chance, if Grandma Bo's on, to wish her grandson, my son-in-law David Granzo, a happy birthday. When David started dating my daughter, he was a very young man. Now he's an old fart. Just kidding. He's just a fart. Okay. On Tuesday, 25 March 2025, the had activated quantum financial system powered by gold asset-backed XRP, thereby detonating the global banking scam initiated in 1918. The hat released proof that the three-letter organizations, starting with a C and an F, Democrats and foreign powers, rigged 2020. You know what? The hat activated global military alliance as Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts led globalist judicial mafia coup against the constitutional designed to control nations from beyond the bench. Mainstream media has been silent on it all. Why could that be? Complicated. Guys, give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go blow my nose. It was just getting out of control. Mainstream media has been silent on all it. Why could there be complicit acts of kindness? Acts of kindness like waves in the ocean, travel far beyond where the eye can see, open doors, fashion, friends, molds, relationships, soften hearts, and blesses generations to come. Judy note, Freedom Day, Wednesday, 2/2, which is also being called Liberation Day, April 2025, meant that Big G, Big N, the largest wealth redistribution in history, has been quietly phased in. Guarded by the military alliance with the hat as commander-in-chief, the quantum financial system now operational across the world. Debt forgiveness was in motion. Quantum accounts tied to T, a bunch of blanks, and then G, and Black Ops drained worldwide financial Armageddon avoided. Can't read that. The hat was back through the head of the Global Military Alliance. He never left. Alongside him was the alliance headed by high-level patriots in the U.S., Russia, Brazil, India, South Africa, and even China, now void of the CPC. The historic Q operation has been in motion since JFK's, when they took him out, has been planning since the Lincoln takeout, has been activated since 2016 when the hat first took office. The panic deep state was now in sabotage mode, chemical spills, then derailments, underground detonations blamed on earthquakes, banking glitches, digital currency mandates, biological threats. The US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, France, Italy, Poland were in secret talks to initiate world martial law. Over 700,000 indictments on the global elite swamp were being served worldwide, and the U.S. judicial system was converted from maritime law to constitutional law. Intelligence agencies across the globe were set to initiate, I'm not going to read that. What we think we know as of Monday, 31st March 2025. Commander-in-Chief, the hat, has activated the Global Military Alliance as a judicial coup from Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court on down went Supreme Court on down went underway to destroy the U.S. Republic globalist. You know what? Trafficking thousands of children as the FBI hid evidence. I can't read some of this stuff. Guys, when I say I can't read it, should be your clue to go in and read Judy on what we think we know now, because I like doing the show and I just don't want to get it shut down. Saturday, March 29th, Utah has become the first state to ban fluoride in drinking water. Possible timing on Tuesday, 25 March 2025. The Hat, who is the president, activated the new gold asset-backed global quantum financial system. The Hat declared Wednesday, 2nd April 2015 as Liberation Day. Why? Because April 2nd was the anniversary of April 2nd, 1792 birth of the U.S. dollar under the gold and silver standard. Back then, the U.S. dollar was real, valid, honest, before the central bank corrupted the worthless debt paper. On April 2nd, Liberation Day, gold asset-backed monies of the Big N, Big G would be released to the people of the world. With that, corrupted banks all over the globe were expected to fall. The stock market collapses. The Federal Reserve, with abusive and criminal IRS, would be no more. And, you know, them families that was thinking they were cool, they're going to be gone. This is just more of the same thing over and over. Mr. Poole had something, I already read it. The Chinese elders recently did RV changes on the treaty, and 209 countries and the treasuries re-signed the treaty, meaning the guys, all 209 have re-signed again. So this is going to get done. On Tuesday, 25 March, 2 a.m. Eastern, Tier 3 and 4A paymasters were made liquid. Reno is being swamped with flights. When the price of gold reached $3,150, it was a marker to release gold standard. Notification for Tier 4B to set appointments were set to come Monday, 31st March 2025. Now, here's something that is new to me, because whenever you listen to Bruce or any of the other truthers, they're always saying that they have redemption stuff done within a couple of weeks. But here it says it will take 60 days to complete the redemption exchange process. Mark Z has reported Argo checks higher than they will actually be. Still will be a very good rate. Mel will not have the U.S. rates. She will only report Australian rates. Each country will have different rates. Zim, 100 trillion notes will exchange at 11 million each, not 1-to-1. Confirmed, each appointment will be between 12 to 15 minutes. And if you plan to mention your project, there is only 5 words to describe it. There is a list of 5-level projects to view at the appointments. I don't know what that means. Guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. Sorry I'm sniffing so much, but for some reason when I started the show, my nose just started to run. I was able to catch it, though, and keep it on my face. Elon will be... Well, Bill, he may be. what I'm hearing, he's going to leave when he gets the national budget down to 1 trillion. But see, when we do this stuff, I think that's going away. And I'm not one like a lot of people, and I don't think many are here. Yeah, I will, Tony. Thank you. I'm not one like a lot of people because, see, I don't see how there's so many people out there who hate a man like him or like the hat for doing everything they're doing and not taking one penny, but loving on people who has literally stole millions and billions of dollars from us our whole lives. But there's people out there that say, oh, well, did you see what this sleepy man did? Man, he did. What did he do? Where did he go? You know, usually, I heard in an interview the other day, I heard the press secretary. Someone said, is Sleepy still getting around the clock protection? And she said, well, he's a former president, naturally. We just don't know where he's at. No one has seen him. He become Casper the Friendly Ghost. He's gone. I guess 2019 finally caught up with him. Dear Lord, as we come to tonight's show ending, thank you for bringing all these great people here, for Ron and myself to talk to become a family as we are. Lord, we've noticed there's a lot of new people in there, so make sure that they understand that this is a loving family, and once you're in it for good. Look after all of us, Lord. Look after all the children, especially all of the children, Lord, each and every one. And Lord, make my dream come true that someday we will make sure every child has a parent or some kind of legal guardian that takes care of them. Not that takes care of them because they get paid, Lord, because take care of them because they love them as their son or their daughter. Lord, look after all of us as we go through this liberation procedure and go to finally start making your world heaven on earth, which is what you've always wanted. And we come to you and pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Good night, everyone. Love you. See you Wednesday night. Maybe earlier. Oh.